Hare Krishna, can we please maintain some quiet? It's very distracting. Okay. So, okay. So around 5,000 years ago, around 5,000 years ago was when Krishna appeared on this earth. So, when Krishna appeared, Krishna does not appear as a normal child. Krishna appears in a very special way. So, what is the story behind Krishna's appearance? So, there are many misconceptions that people have, and some of those may be dispelled today. So, 5,000 years ago, Krishna appeared first. Where did he appear? He appeared, many people think he appeared in a jail. But actually, the very first place that Krishna appeared in this material world is in the heart of Vasudeva. So, all of you know that Vasudeva and Devaki were pure devotees of the Lord. And they had already had 7 children, of which 6 were killed by Kamsa, or the demon Kamsa. So then, the 7th child was none other than Balaram and Baladev. And Baladev was transferred from the womb of from the womb of Devaki to the womb of Rohini. So it appeared to the entire world that Rohini or Devaki has had a miscarriage. So then when Krishna appeared, Krishna first appeared into the mind of Vasudeva. So when he appeared in the mind of Vasudeva, it is explained that at that time Vasudeva experienced an intense amount of peace and it elevated his consciousness to a very high level. What does that mean? That means that, I don't know how many of you have seen. You may have seen many pictures of sages and many divine people who contain like a light behind their head. So it is explained that that is how Vasudeva also appeared. Can the kids stop making noise over here, especially like over here on the right? If you want to make noise, please go to the room next door. But anyways, that's all right. Yeah, so, well, there's a lot of feedback. So, anyways, so continuing. So, Vasudeva appeared to be very bright and he appeared to be very lustrous. So then he sat into meditation. And when he sat in meditation, he saw the form of Lord Krishna within his mind. He saw the form of Krishna within his head. And when he saw the form of Krishna, it is explained that he looked at Devaki. And as soon as he looked at Devaki, the form of Krishna which Vasudeva was seeing in his heart transferred into the heart of Devaki actually. So then when the form of Krishna transferred into Devaki's heart, Devaki also became very lustrous. She also became very tejasvi, it is explained. So when Kamsa saw, her own brother, when he saw that Devaki herself has become so lustrous, he could understand that Vishnu has entered into the womb of Devaki. So because he could understand that, he was thinking about Vishnu 24/7. He was thinking that now it is time for me to prepare to kill my own death. Because as you all know, it was already predicted that the incarnation of Vishnu, or none other than Vishnu himself, will appear in this world to kill Kamsa. So because that prediction had already happened, Kamsa was eagerly waiting for this child to be born so that he could kill it. And in that way, he would become immortal. So basically what happens is, Kamsa is thinking in his mind. He thinks that, okay, well, it looks like Vishnu has already appeared in the womb of Devaki. So now he said, is the right time for me to go and kill Devaki. Because if I kill Devaki, then the child that is there in her womb will also be destroyed. But then he got a second thought. And he thought that actually it is not right for me to kill Devaki. He says, if I kill Devaki, what will the whole world say? Everyone will say that, oh, look at this Kamsa. He thinks that he is such a great Kshatriya. But look at him, he is killing his own helpless sister who is bound in a jail. So then he thinks that it will actually be an impediment to his glory. It would be like a black mark. It would cause a stain on his glory. So he decided that he would just wait for Krishna to be born, or the Lord Vishnu to appear. So basically what happens is, after this, 9 months pass. And at the end of the 9 months, it is explained that all auspicious things started to happen. So what kind of things started to happen? So it is explained that all of the auspicious stars or nakshatras, they started to align with each other. Does anyone know under what nakshatra was Krishna born? Well, you should not say born, but Krishna appeared. Does anyone know which nakshatra he appeared under? Rohini, very good. There was one more. Actually, at that time, there were two nakshatras. So one of them was Rohini. Does anyone know what was the other one? Other one was Ashwini. So at that time, there were two nakshatras. And this is considered very auspicious, because generally you only have one nakshatra at a time. But here you had two nakshatras. So the reason why two nakshatras appeared is because they both wanted to glorify Krishna. They both considered very auspicious, and they both wanted to take part in the glory of Krishna. They are all servants of Krishna. So they were trying to create a very peaceful atmosphere. So it is explained that at that night when Krishna appeared, at that night all the rivers became extremely peaceful. Not like here, like there's a lot of sound here, but it wasn't like this. It was extremely peaceful. So it is explained that when Krishna appeared, there were no clouds in the sky. All of the stars could be seen, and they were shining very nicely. So now the question may be asked, why is it that Krishna appeared at night? Well, one of the reasons the acharyas say is that when the Lord appeared in his previous incarnation, he took birth in the Solar dynasty. He took birth as Lord Ram. So when he took birth as Lord Ram, he took birth around 12 o'clock during the day. So he took birth during the day, and at that time he glorified the day. And he gave blessings to the day by being born during the day. Whereas Lord Krishna, then he decided that I have already graced the day, but the night also has to be graced. So that is why it is explained that he, in his next appearance, he appeared at night to grace the night also. And the other reason is that he comes in the Chandra Vamsha. He comes in the lineage coming from the moon. So that is why he appeared in the night also. So he appeared at 12 o'clock at night. It is explained that at that time all the trees, they blossomed. So all of the trees had leaves coming on, and all of the plants started to grow fruits. Why? Because all of them also wanted to welcome Krishna. They wanted to welcome Krishna's arrival. Then it is explained that as soon as the time for Krishna's appearance was coming by, at that time the atmosphere became so peaceful that all of the sages and all of the saints, they became so calm. Now this is interesting, because before this, Kamsa himself was terrorizing the whole world, and he was not letting the saints perform sacrifices or yagyas, homa you could say. So because they were not able to perform them, their minds were very disturbed. It's like a teacher, like if there's a teacher who wants to teach, but then the government is trying to put some restrictions on their teaching, they're not going to be very happy. So similarly, the sages and saints, they also wanted to perform yagyas and homam, and because of that, they were very anxious because Kamsa was not allowing them to perform these. So when Krishna was about to appear, the whole atmosphere became extremely calm also. So then it is explained that Krishna then appeared from the heart of Devaki. He appeared in front of them. Now this was quite an interesting phenomenon, because Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo veti tattvataha. So Krishna says that my appearance and my activities are transcendental, which means that they are not easy for everyone to understand, and they are not like normal human beings. So how did Krishna appear? Krishna did not appear by a cesarean section, and Krishna did not appear by SVOB. SVOB, for those of you who know, it's vaginal delivery. So he did not appear like that. He appeared directly from the heart of Devaki, and he appeared in front. What did this child look like? Now this child, when he appeared, it looked like he had 4 arms. Now, nowadays we don't see children being born with 4 arms. But Krishna appeared with 4 arms. And not 4 arms, but 4 arms, 4 hands, like that. So he appeared with 4 hands. When he appeared, he had all his teeth as well. He had his teeth. He had very thick and lustrous hair also. Then it is explained that he was wearing all kinds of valuable jewels when he was born. So he was wearing the Kaustuba money. He was wearing the Vidyarati. gem on his crown that he was born with. And he was shining illustriously. So seeing this, Nanda Baba, or not Nanda Baba, sorry, Vasudev became extremely happy and he became extremely fearless. He thought that yes, this child is not an ordinary child. This child is none other than Narayana himself. So now because he has appeared, I don't have any fear of Kamsa, he says. But then, because he was extremely affectionate towards the child looked like a very small child anyways. So it was very natural for anyone to feel affection towards a child. Like you can see when children go around, like it's very natural to feel affection towards them. So similarly, when Vasudev saw this small child, he felt intense affection towards this small child. So having said this, he was thinking, how can I need to do something so that this child remains safe. So then after this, he offers his prayers to Narayana. So then Devaki also offers her prayers. But she questions this child. She says that I know you're not an ordinary child and you're none other than Narayana himself. So she says that why is it that you as Narayana have appeared in front of us as our child? What have we done that you have appeared in front of us? So then the Lord explains. So Lord Krishna, can you imagine like a newborn baby speaking fluent Sanskrit? So now this was Krishna. As soon as he was born, he was speaking in fluent Sanskrit. And he spoke to Devaki and Vasudeva and he said that actually you are my pure devotees from 2 lives ago. He said that in your previous birth, in your very first birth, you were none other than Krishni and Sutapa. And you were pure devotees and you performed a lot of tapasya. You performed a lot of austerities because of which you wanted to have me as your child. So because you wanted to have that and because I was pleased with you, I granted your wish. And at that time I came as an incarnation. Does anyone know what was the name of the incarnation who came as the son of Krishni and Sutapa? No one knows. That means this is time for you to read the Krishna book. We have a very small book there called Krishna book. It's available in English and Hindi. You should read that. It has the whole explanation of Krishna's birth. It's only $10. So in $10 you can understand everything about Krishna. How good of a bargain is that? So anyways, Krishna appeared in the form of Krishni Garbha. That was the name of Krishna. And then he says that in your next incarnation, both of you were born as Vamana and Aditi. And at that time, not Vamana, sorry, as Kashyapa and Aditi. And at that time, I was born as Vamana. And now in this next birth, final birth of yours, you are both born as Devaki and Vasudeva, and I have come as the Supreme Lord as your son. So then Devaki understood, but she said that because she was a humble devotee, she said that we don't deserve to be your parents. She said that, but anyways, since you have appeared, it is our duty to protect you. And she said, I'm very fearful that when Kamsa finds out that you have appeared, he is going to try to kill you. So please do something. So then at that point, Krishna informs Vasudeva. He says that actually I have already created a plan. I have already orchestrated a plan. So what happens is Krishna, using his Yoga Nidra energy, he makes sure that everyone in the kingdom falls asleep, in very deep sleep. So all the guards that were guarding Vasudev's and Devaki's jail had fallen asleep. So after this, everyone had fallen asleep. The doors suddenly just opened. So the doors of the jail just opened. And the shackles with which Vasudeva was bound in the jail, all of them broke and fell apart also. So when they fell apart, Krishna instructed Vasudeva to take him to Vrindavan. And where, not Vrindavan actually, to the place called Gokul, where Nanda Baba was living. So it is explained that when Krishna appeared, at that time, all of the Devi Devtas, all of the demigods and demigoddesses that were there in the heavenly planets, they were playing a drum roll. I don't know how many of you have seen drum roll, like we like to play the drum. So it is explained that they were so happy that they were playing the drum. Because of that, it looked like there was little spots of lightning that were happening everywhere. So it looked like it was about to rain, but it wasn't actually raining. Because if you read the description, it wasn't raining. Many people think that when Krishna was born, it was raining. But it wasn't raining. It was just lightning in some few different places. So when that was happening, At that time, the Lord's eternal carrier, known as Anantasesh, or the serpent, celestial serpent of Lord Vishnu, he came and he decided to cover the Lord with his hoods. He manifested his hoods and he covered Vasudeva and Krishna, because Vasudeva was taking Krishna. So now it is explained that as Vasudeva was going through and he was reaching Vrindavan, at that time the major impediment in the way was the river Yamuna. Now because the Yamuna was there, what did Vasudeva do? Many people think Vasudeva just walked right through Yamuna, and Yamuna was trying to touch the feet of the Lord, so she kept increasing in size also. Many people have that misconception. But actually that is not the case. If we read Krishna book and if you read the scriptures, it is explained that Yamuna actually separated. So she separated and she made way so that Vasudeva could take little Krishna on his head and go all the way to, sorry? Okay, yeah. So, and then he could go all the way to Gokul. So then after he reached Gokul, what did he do? So over there it is explained that Vasudeva saw, actually this is again a very major secret that not many people know, but if you read the books you will know that actually what had happened to Mother Yashoda. So it is explained that Mother Yashoda had a child at that time, isn't it? We understand that she had a female child. But actually if you read the scriptures, it is explained that she had two children. She had a boy and she had a girl. So then when Vasudeva goes there, he takes Krishna with him. And that Krishna is known as Devaki Nandan Krishna. So he takes Devaki Nandan Krishna on his head. But as soon as Vasudeva enters Vrindavan and he puts the basket down which contains Devaki Nandan Krishna, Yashoda at that time had given birth to two kids, as I just said. One of them was Yogamaya, or the Durga, energy of Krishna, and the other one was actually, who was the other one? Yashodanandan Krishna. So Yashoda had also given birth to a boy. And what happens is, it is explained that Devaki Nandan Krishna and Yashodanandan Krishna, they merge into one child. And Vasudeva takes the girl and he comes back. So you can see that the pastimes of Krishna or the appearance of Krishna is not an ordinary appearance. It's not like an ordinary human being's appearance. And it's not like anything that anyone has ever seen in this world. So I would highly recommend that on this day of Janmashtami, we try to read about Krishna's appearance and we try to understand it. So please make your way to the bookstall and also take that Krishna book and make your life successful. I'm sure many of you already have read and you already know about Krishna's appearance, which is great. So in that case, please take a book and distribute it to your friends. So having said that, I will finish there. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Rohini Prabhu. Actually,